So let's talk about inventions. So I know that you haven't taken a PT invention from prototype to Amazon with the finger ladder, right? So tell us a little bit about that process, how that happened.
Well, I think I'm going to start off this story by talking about my partner's first invention, a little product he calls the TheraLoop door anchor for tube and banding exercise. Are you familiar with it?
I saw on your website. I was going through and I saw it. Yeah.
So basically, you send a patient home with TheraBand or tubing, and you ask them to tie it somewhere and do some home exercise. As you know, probably heard reports of banding being tied around a doorknob or webbed through the door, and then it comes through and snaps the patient, or it breaks them off.
I saw that before.
So my partner just took some webbing, a 1-inch webbing. He rolled it up and sewed a knot on the end. He gave some instruction that says put it on the hinge side of the door, because that's the engineered size closing. It's usually not more than 1/16 of an inch or so. And when you close and latch the door, it securely holds in place. And not every exercise for home exercise, the doorknob isn't always the right height. So this can be put up and down in the inside of a door. So this was his very first kind of aha moment. He was still in college at physical therapy school here at Eastern Washington University. And he started making these. I think they retail to the clinic for like $1.63 a piece in a 10-pack. For everybody who says, why didn't I think of that? I'm going to exclamation point it by saying to you that we are now distributing over 100,000 of these a year.
Oh my God.
So it was the beginning, and it was a very simple exercise enhancement for home. And I bring that out first to say it can be very simple. And secondly, you'll hear me say, if you ever hear any of my talks, that physical and occupational therapists, I think, don't appreciate the magnitude of the impact they can make with simple adaptations for patients. They kind of hold the key in my mind to how to set the reset button in the human body and teach the body the mechanics of how it was originally designed to work, and then through repetition, cause the body to readapt. That's a great human miracle. And I think it gets so commonplace with our therapists and athletic trainers that they forget how special it is what they do. So you asked me about the finger ladder, and I think most therapists are familiar with the concept of a finger ladder.
Yeah.
Here's the one we've just been commercializing. Most finger ladders are either screwed to a wall or nailed to a wall or something like that. All of our home exercise products really center around a door at the home. And so this has a strap and an adjustment clip, and it is easily wrapped around the door and adjusted for a various height. Well, we didn't invent it. And this is the second thing. I think we need to realize where our strengths and weaknesses are. And the inventor of this product came to us and said, I think I've got something, but I don't have a clue about marketing, about manufacturing, about importing, about licensing, about any of those things. And so the inventor came to us and said, I've acquired a provisional patent. Would you be interested in a licensing agreement? And we certainly are interested, particularly anything that relates to shoulder range of motion. And so I invited him to first sign what we call a non-compete, non-disclosure agreement. So we entered into a conversation that said, we won't compete with you in the finger ladder business if you'll give us an opportunity to see if we have an engagement going on. So that gave him a legal assurance that he wasn't going to disclose something that we would copy, if you will.
Yeah.
And the language in those agreements says you won't compete in the category, as opposed to just saying you won't compete with this identical product. And so we gave him that assurance, and then we also assured him that we wouldn't disclose any intellectual property that he had created. With that, we went forward. We asked for prototypes. We manufacture primarily through contract manufacturers in Taiwan, and we are dealing with Taiwan almost exclusively because they're a U.S. military partner in the South China Sea, and we're a contractor with all the VA hospitals in the United States. So we can buy things from Taiwan, and the VA can purchase them. We can't buy things from China and sell them to the VA. And so we sent it off for prototyping. The prototype manufacturer, the manufacturing company made some suggestions. Then we're kind of the intermediary with the inventor, and we finally came to a place where we said, okay, let's put it up on Amazon and see if any sell. And we made a limited supply. I think we made 36 of them and put them up on Amazon. And they sold just